The Wollemi Pine project involves Wollemi National Park, Botanic Gardens of Sydney and Botanic Gardens Conservation International. And we're all working together to try and ensure the survival of the Wollemi pine outside of its natural range in Australia. This is a critically endangered conifer and one of the most amazing botanical discoveries of the last century. Totally by chance, around 1994, a bushwalker in Australia discovered it in a remote gorge. It was previously only known as a fossil, and it sort of captured the heart of people all over the world because, you know, this tree has managed to survive for over 200 million years. The dinosaurs were sort of brushing past it and walking amongst it, so it's sometimes known as the dinosaur tree. It was introduced into cultivation in the late 1990s, and this is one of our earliest specimens. So this was planted in 2006. I love this tree. It's an amazing tree. Not only the fact that it's survived for so many millions and millions and millions of years, it's got these really beautiful needles. And what I find really amazing with this tree is also it never branches. So each year it creates a new straight bit of growth, not like an oak tree where each year the branches divide. You just get this long branch. So you can see there's 1 year's growth, 2 years growth, 3 years growth, 4 year growth, 5 year, etc., etc., etc. The idea with conservation, especially of trees, is to try and conserve as much genetic diversity as possible. So in order to save the human race, you won't just multiply me 500 times. What you need to do is you need to conserve the genetic diversity. So our partners in Sydney, at Sydney Botanic Gardens, have done some DNA work looking at all the different remaining trees in the wild to see what variances there are at the genetic level. So we've now got all these different genotypes or different clones which make up the sole remaining genetic diversity of the species.
This project is the culmination of 27, 28 years of scientific research. The Wollemi pine is so unique that it's in its own genus, and we knew nothing about how to propagate this species. It was unknown to science. What we've found is that they're quite an adaptable species in many cultivation situations.
Only about 100 individuals are left in the wild on the face of the planet, and these pines in their natural landscape are facing a multitude of threats, soil diseases, bushfires, and so our teams are deploying all their skill sets to make sure that we have the most genetically diverse backup population possible. And this strategy to release our first ever meta collection is ensuring that the most skilled, armed and environmentally appropriate botanic gardens across the globe are getting the most genetically diverse individuals to grow and protect this species for future generations. Everyone that works in this organisation is passionate about plants, but particularly about this hero.
It's kind of beyond words, it's beyond excitement knowing that they're going so far to so many different places, and places that we know because they've been hand-picked. They're going to grow well, have amazing people caring for them. We're going to have amazing data coming back. Yep, it's the best.
Bedgebury was chosen based on our previous track record of working on the conifer conservation programmes all over the world. So we were asked to host the first batch of trees coming over from Australia, so we were entrusted with looking after one of the most important genetic collections of Wollemi pines on the planet. So they were sent over, arrived at the nursery, put in quarantine in the nursery at Bedgebury, repotted, looked after for the last year, and now we're just about to take them and deliver them by hand to this first batch of gardens in the UK. The next stage of the project will be involving partners from North America, and we're going to be distributing the next set of trees all across Europe and hoping to get them into Asia at a later date as well. So, you know, it really is all hands to the pumps in order to save this tree from extinction, which is just absolutely amazing. To be involved in the actual conservation of trying to stop a species going extinct, and also not just a normal tree, a really enigmatic, you know, amazing dinosaur tree. I mean, it's incredible. These trees have survived for over 200 million years. on this planet, and the biggest threat to them is the climate change that we are causing now. So actually, if this tree is a flagship and raises the awareness of why it's really, really important to change the way we behave as human beings, then that's worth it in its own right. From Forestry England's point of view, we care for land, we care for trees, and we are the experts in forestry. This is what we should be doing, and hopefully in 100 years' time, 200 years' time, my great-grandchildren will be walking past these trees and enjoying them as well. So we're protecting these trees for the future.